camp here in Oxnard, California, and we are joined by a native Texan from born in Brenham, raised in Burton, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Dee Winters, wearing the Cowboys star now.
Oh, yeah.
Take me back to draft day, when draft weekend, when you got the call that the Cowboys were trading for you.
Yeah, it was just a crazy situation overall. I think, me and my fiance, we just closed on our new house in Arlington. And I actually had trained with the Niners the prior week, and I was, getting my house and stuff situated. And then as soon as I got to relax a little bit, about 6:30, I get a phone call and being told I'm coming back home. So, I couldn't be more grateful of this opportunity, and especially to wear this star. On my helmet, it means so much to me being from Texas and, knowing all the roots and the greats who play for this organization. So definitely grateful for this.
Of course, the last 3 years with the San Francisco 49ers. Prior to that with the TCU Horned Frogs, some of the best days in TCU football history. But I want to take you all the way back to Burton High School. How many different positions did you play for Class 2A Burton Panthers?
I played quite a bit, from receiver.
From quarterback to wide receiver,
to quarterback,
running back.
Safety, played a little bit outside linebacker. I was the punter at one point. I was the kick returner. I was the punt returner. I played just about everything they could put me at. So just to, maximize my opportunity in high school and play as much as possible, that's what I always wanted to do growing up. So, I'm thankful for Coach Hody and those guys giving me an opportunity to go out there and showcase my skills.
So just how small is Burton? I looked it up, and it says the population's 283.
Yeah, it might be 285 now, 7 years later, but I think it's a really great knit community, and they do a good job of the football program and getting the students and whatnot situated with football and things like that. So I think they do have a lot of knowledge, and some players are coming out of there, so happy for them.
Well, this is the really cool thing. You got two linebackers lining up here with the first team with the Cowboys in Dee Winters from Burton, population 283, and DeMarvion Overshone from Arp, Texas, and East Texas, population 892.
Crazy.
Y'all have meshed, haven't you?
For sure. Yeah, no, I've known Demo since, obviously TCU versus Texas days. So I always kept an eye on him and kind of just, would steal a few things whenever I would see him do it on film or whatnot. But just our chemistry right now, just building that is, what's most important for us. And, we feel like if we have a great bond that, we'll help elevate this defense, and, that's what we need. So.
Only natural that you're Cowboy linebackers too, right? You
Yeah.
both love horses,
For
right?
sure, absolutely. Yeah. Every time in the offseason, I got to go back and ride. So we actually got to go to this ranch and catch up on that a little bit. So.
Yeah. What is it about DeMarvion and you, and how quickly you've been able to get together and get in this new defense together and be in sync?
I think it's just the willingness to want to be great. I think it's, guys are, tired of dealing with the same things and they want to change. And I think, when I came in, my biggest thing is that I wanted to pour as much knowledge that I learned from the 49ers to them. And so whenever I got here, Demo was asking me all the questions, and I felt like I had a lot of questions. So I think just us, conversating, actually getting to know each other and talk ball, I think that really helped us like create a bond to where on the field, all right, I know where you're going to be, you know where I'm going to be, and we can go make a play together. So.
What did you learn from the future Hall of Famer Fred Warner in San Francisco?
Just how to be a pro. I think, day in and day out, he was the same person. His consistency of showing up, working hard, and his attitude is what I feel like separates him. So just trying to model that aspect of, the game of him, and, eventually come out on top.
All right, now take me back to your TCU days.
Yeah.
I said it's the glory days of TCU there when you were there. I mean,
Yeah.
they had glory days way back,
Right.
The more modern glory days. Tell me about that national semifinal game against Michigan.
Yeah, that was a fun one. That was probably one of my favorite college games. That game, I just felt like I was just playing free, playing fast, and I kind of, knew what to expect. And so anytime, I saw something, I just reacted, and, it came out to be what it was. So just playing off of instincts, I think that was just one of those games that you could tell, like, this guy has really good instincts, and just coming downhill and hitting, and a pick six, so a trifecta. So just showcasing that I can do it all at linebacker. So definitely was my favorite.
And by the way, a pick six in that game, J.J. McCarthy was a quarterback.
Correct.
And last year with San Francisco, you got a 74-yard pick six against a guy named Phillip Rivers in Indianapolis.
First
How
one.
special was that?
Man, it was crazy. It was my first one, and the whole talk around town was that Phillip Rivers was coming to dice us up. And so they actually ran the same play earlier, probably 2 series before, and I heard the same thing, and I kind of was like, all right, I'm going to trust my instincts again, and it led me to a 75-yard pick six. But it was great to pick the old man off, and we kind of got to talk about it a little bit, and so it was definitely fun to say my first pick ever, let alone pick six, was off of Phillip Rivers. So definitely was fun.
Finally, whole new defense. I mean, we're talking. This team has added 16 new faces. If you look at the 2 deep, basically right now. What do you think this defense and this team can do this year? How excited are you?
Man, I think the defense is going to be really great. I think guys are coming in and they're really focused on the details. From what I've experienced, I think those things lead to bigger things. Is when you focus on the smaller things, as far as details and like hand placement and just taking advantage of reps, even if it's walkthroughs. I think guys are being intentional, and I think that's what's going to really separate us. But I'm definitely excited to see what we can do week 1 against the Giants, and we'll go from there.
All right, Dee Winters, former TCU Horned Frog, back home in Texas with the Cowboys. We
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Thank you so much.
You bet.